Good morning, guys. Good afternoon. Good evening from wherever you're joining us from. This is Mental Cactus, hashtag Mental Monday. Today, we have an amazing show lined up for you. And we believe that you're going to educate yourself about mental health. And by the end of the day, it's going to be a blessing in disguise, especially when matters mental health are mentioned. So today we are going to first of all recap on what we spoke about the other time, and we spoke about what is mental illness and amongst other things. So today we are going to look at how to be mentally healthy. My partner here, of course, is going to tackle that very well in regards to psychiatry, and of course I'm also going to speak about it briefly in regards to addiction and addiction therapy. So thank you so much, Madam Georgina, for having joined us today again. Karibu sana, and take it away.
So guys, today we want to talk about mental health, and this time we want to talk about how to be mentally healthy, because these are things we do every other day, but we've never noted that they're actually important to us. So one of those things is like having social groups. When you're mentally healthy, you have a social background, you have a group of friends, you have people you can lean on. That makes you know the kind of human being you are. And when you don't have friends and you're just seated and you're in a world of your own, there's an issue there. Even though we talk about people being introvert or an extrovert, but I'd rather you have a social group. It's quite important, because this group will also see how you are going. This group will determine what you want to be or how you want to carry yourself. So social groups are quite important. The other thing is about you being yourself. And when you're yourself, you can determine your self-worth. You can have good self-esteem. You can monitor that. At the same time, you'll always look at yourself in a different angle. So you are able to appreciate yourself more and more. I don't think there's somebody who has a mental issue when they're taking care of themselves, or when they look at themselves in the mirror and they feel that they're beautiful and they love themselves. That makes you mentally healthy. The other thing is also your background. Some of us, we come from background where parents were a little bit harsh and they were so controlling, but somehow we managed to cope. And when you have good coping mechanisms, you actually can overcome anything.
True.
And that is one of the best things so far
To do.
because these are the things we do on
a daily basis. Yes.
Yeah. And some things like we call activities of daily living. Did you know that even taking care of yourself, like having a bath, being in a clean environment, is mentally healthy? Well, you guys, think about it.
Thank you so much. What I've been able to gather from some of the ways you've mentioned that will help us be mentally healthy is our social groups. Who we hang out with. Because who we hang out with can either break us or make us.
True.
So Madam Georgina there has spoken it very well, that let us really screen who we hang out with, or we deal with fellows who are damaging our mental health. I also want to speak on how to be mentally healthy in regards to addiction and all. You see, first one thing, addiction in itself, it only means absence of correct mental well-being. So in my day-to-day life, or in my experience, I have been able to work with people who have addiction to mood-altering substances, be it cat, be it marijuana, be it alcohol, be it tobacco. So that is what I have dedicated my past 7 years to, helping these people out. And when they dry up and sober up, they have no other way than just to practice things that are pro-mental health. So one of the things that has proven to work in terms of addiction recovery is just like you said, the peers or who they hang out with. The social setting. Because if they are not going to take care of that and ensure that social grouping is a healthy one, they are going to mess up their way of life, and sooner or later they will be back to square zero, where they are running away from the state of dependence to substances. Another thing is another way that is going to make you be mentally healthy, because you've mentioned quite a number of them. Another way, of course, is how we treat our finances. When we treat our money badly, you see, when we treat our money badly,
especially right now.
Yes, with this type of an economy,
yes,
we are going to run into issues,
yes,
especially with depression and because resources are scarce.
Yes.
Yeah. And when they are as scarce as they are, bills, of course, they are not reducing, they are increasing. So in the event that we are not going to have some element of financial literacy, we end up not using money well, we risk having issues upstairs. Yeah. Another thing is just also bordering the financial literacy, and it's on life skills. We should always be reading.
Yeah.
We should always be engaging ourselves in things that improve who we really are. So when we engage ourselves in much of reading what is healthy, we are also treating our mind and our psychology in the correct dimension.
So Chris, you're basically saying that we should learn to improve ourselves.
Yeah. We should always learn to be better on a daily basis and walk away. You see, another thing is we normally want to stay in the past too much. Some individuals I've dealt with, and just like I mentioned earlier on, I deal with the extremely depressed. Yeah. So when you understand that they're extremely depressed, it tells you that there are things that have happened in the past in their lives.
Yes.
And I've also seen them recover. And what have they done to recover is walk out of the past. You cannot eliminate, you cannot backspace delete the past, but you can live with it and understand that the past, whatever happened in the past are in the past, and they are supposed to be a reference for a better life. All right? Thank you.
I understand.
Yeah.
So, as Chris is saying it, you forget, you actually work out your past. Meaning, if you can be able to take care of yourself in terms of letting go of some things, yeah, and also believing that some things are beyond you, there's nothing much you can do about them,
Yeah.
then it will be easier for you to be mentally healthy. Because if you look at our background today and what people are going through, people tend to focus a lot on what has passed.
Yeah.
Forgetting that they can still do something in the future.
Yeah.
And you see, even though we always tend to say, oh, the past makes the future, and you cannot let go of your future because it will determine how your future will end up.
Yes.
Again, don't do that.
You don't do
Just
that.
let the past be.
Be in the
because
past.
you have no control over it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you for reminding us. I want also to remind our viewers, if you're just joining us, that this is Mental Cactus. Please like, subscribe, and share this YouTube channel so that this message that we are spreading in this channel can reach a magnitude. And also the bit of sharing. Yeah, you see, this generation. The other day I was in an expo with some students. And one approached me after I had talked to them in the platform that they had accorded me to speak. And he told me that, do you know the reason why 90%, I never believed that figure, but he told me, do you know the reason why 90% of university students are drinking? Because most of the people in that category of 90% who are either using mood altering substances don't have some safe space, or have perceived that there is nowhere that they can share their issue, that fellow was telling me, or even if they are going to share, they are going to be judged. That is what the millennial thinks, and you'll find them in whatever, using this second generation alcohol. And okay, they might see that time is still with them, but the long term effect of some of these things that they're using is grave. Yeah, it's grave. Yeah, so I mean, as a community, as a generation, we should also allow ourselves to be able to listen to another person's story without necessarily having to judge them, or without necessarily having to look at them in some way and trying to think that there is a reason why it happened. Let us always be in a position to do what? To work for what is called UPR in counseling, unconditional positive regard.
Yes. next.
Yes.
So that is the reason why we are ensuring that this is a safe space for every one of us. Here is where you can talk about your mental health issues. This is the place you can ask questions and you'll be given a feedback by the professional. So we welcome your issues. Please comment on the section below, ask your questions below, and we'll get to answer you.
Thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you so much for being with us, taking your time to listen to us. We are really grateful and we don't take that for granted. If you're going through anything, you can always reach out in our private handles and just tell us, hi Councillor Chris, hi Nurse Georgina, and we will always give you feedback anonymously. Thank you so much, and I hope God will bless you and that you join us in our next video.
Hashtag Mental Monday.
Thank you so much for joining us. May God bless.